AI agents are officially here. OpenAI have just launched Operator, their first instance of an AI agent. It is less than 24 hours old and it is making waves on social media. People are using it for tons of different use cases, be it booking flights online to ordering Uber Eats. Some guy tried to buy a t-shirt of someone else on Reddit using the AI agent. As long as the agent has access to a browser, it can perform any task you could think of. So that's exactly what we're going to do in this video. We're going to get into what Operator is, how it works. We're going to look at some of the awesome use cases and some of the nuanced use cases that it's currently being used for. And obviously, we're going to cover its limitations. It is brand new. It's in preview. It's going through testing, so it's definitely got its limitations, and we're going to visit that. Let's see if that $200 a month is actually worth it or not. Sounds good? Let's get into it. Okay, so I want to start with the actual announcement on the X page for OpenAI. They put out this video launching Operator. It's Sam Altman, and I would assume a bunch of his engineers. It's a 23-minute video. I just want you to listen to the first 22 seconds.
AI agents are AI systems that can do work for you independently. You give them a task, and they go off and do it. We think this is going to be a big trend in AI and really impact the work people can do, how productive they can be, how creative they can be, what they can accomplish. We're starting today with Operator.
Alrighty, so two pieces there. One, Operator. They're starting with Operator. It's the first of many to come. And what is Operator? It's an AI agent. It is a piece of AI, or it is an AI that can perform tasks independently. So you don't have to micromanage the AI. You don't have to continuously prompt it to do things and go from step to step to step. It does multiple steps as soon as you give it a task. So for example, book me a flight from Australia to South Africa for next week, Thursday. It's going to go and execute all of those steps in order to achieve that final goal. In the interim, it might ask you for approvals, but it's going to execute a bunch of steps. It's going to work independently in order to get from your input all the way through to your final goal, your output. Alrighty, so Rowan got access to Operator. He got early access, and he actually runs the Rundown AI newsletter. Definitely, it's not sponsored, but it's a plug. It's a good newsletter. He put out a couple of use cases. One I want to visit is this one here, which is ordering dinner ingredients, right? So if we come back over here, you'll see these are all very quick, but fill my cart of ingredients to my house based on this recipe and picture of the dish I want to cook for dinner. Get the cheapest prices. So he's literally going to say, here's a recipe. It's going to ask Operator to read the recipe and then go and identify all the ingredients, order all the ingredients, and then get it delivered to his house. Alrighty, so it goes, he has the recipe over here, right? So he's basically popped in a recipe. Operator then opens up a browser. It's an Operator browser. So it's a browser within ChatGPT. Think about it that way. So it's a web-based, cloud-based browser, and it will then go and perform those searches. So in this case, popular online grocery store. It's found a grocery store. So you can see it checked out the 15 grocery stores. It then goes and identifies one of them. So in this case, Walmart. So it's actually a credible one, which is pretty cool. It goes and searches for the first ingredient, graham crackers, unsalted butter, looks for that. Cinnamon powder, it looks for that. Heavy cream. So it's going through the ingredients within that recipe one by one, cream cheese, and adding it to his cart. You can see over here, it's at $12. Then it goes up. So now at $13, as he's adding products, or as the AI agent is adding products, sour cream, lemon juice, and so forth, right? So it finally goes into the checkout. Shipping arrives Thursday, 23rd of Jan. And you can see over here, it's checking all the ingredients. And finally, it does a payment and it will be shipped to Rowan's house. Pretty cool use case, right? So think about it. In the future, you could just, the amount of times I found a recipe online and I'm like, this is great. But you gotta keep the recipe or take a screenshot, and then you're at the store and you're trying to find the screenshot because you took it last week and you finally find it. Then you're like, I'm looking for all these ingredients and I can't even pronounce this one thing that I need to get because I need half a teaspoon of it, and I just give up. All right, so I end up making something that's half the recipe and it tastes like crap. So with an AI agent, you can go give it the recipe, say order these ingredients, and it will execute all those steps, get to that final task, and the next thing you know, you'll have an email saying you have your ingredients being shipped to you. Pretty cool. Okay, now that's one of the usual use cases, right? Ordering groceries, booking flights, the lot. But I found someone on X, which is Liam Bolling. I really hope I'm pronouncing yours right, dude. But he did something where he went and used Uber Eats, and he bought an iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. And I thought it was a pretty cool thing. So there was a couple other things he did here.
I wonder if
and
he'll
I'll
get
skip
those.
around. But
Hi, everyone.
we will start off here. So he's got Operator up and he's asking, what can I help you to do? And he's like, order me a medium iced coffee with oat milk and sugar and an iced tea from Dunkin' Donuts or from Dunkin', and Uber Eats it to my house. Right? So he hits that. It will. So when I say open up a cloud browser, it opens up, you can see here. It opens up the cloud browser. You have to click allow so it can give you notifications, because that's how it's going to come through, right? If it's on your phone or on your desktop, you're going to get notifications every single time you might need to approve something or just give access or maybe log in for the first time. So you can see over here, it's gone to Uber Eats. It's searched for Uber Eats. It's opened up Uber Eats, and it worked for 16 seconds. Now, it's very similar to O1, where you can actually look at how it's performed its steps to get to that task. And it says, yeah, I need your delivery address to find the nearest Dunkin' and the place to order and place the order. Could you provide it? So he provides his address over there, and then it asks for him to allow his location. So he does that.
Chrome instance that's running on like a service or something, and we're watching it click around and attempt to order me food or order me coffee.
You can see here, this is like the notification panel where it will show order iced drinks, and it's entering the delivery address and it's working, right? So as it works through each step and it maybe needs something, it will kind of pop up. You'll then see he moves to adding another task. So that's exactly what you can do. You can go about adding in different tasks. So you can have multiple tasks being performed by Operator simultaneously. Later on, you can see it could not find Dunkin' available for delivery on Uber Eats near to his address. So he goes to basically take control. So that's what I wanted to show you. That button, take control, allows you to take over that cloud browser, right? It's not your browser. It's not your computer's browser. It's a cloud browser. You can take control of it, and you can click freely. So you can go and literally type in, like he will, Dunkin' Donuts. So he's taking control. Just takes a second, and then he has control. So you go search Uber Eats, and he searches for Dunkin', and there you go. So donuts, breakfast, that's the right one. Clicks on that, and then you'll see he says he's finishing up his taking of control, and he returns a control to Operator, and he actually just lets Operator know what he's changed. So in this case, I got you to the Dunkin's main page. You can then see over here, it worked for another 57 seconds after it got him to he helped get it to the Dunkin' site on Uber Eats, and then it goes ahead and orders his coffee. So it says, I found a medium iced coffee with oat milk and sugar on Dunkin's menu for $5.61. Should I go ahead and add it to your order? You then approve that. So you say yes. So he says yes. Yep. He then went and added a couple more things to his order. So in this case, a couple more drinks, and there was the final checkout. So Operator operated for another 17 seconds and then said, the iced coffee and iced tea are in the cart, ready for checkout. Should I proceed to checkout? He says yes, and that executes. And then finally, Operator says the order is ready for delivery to his address with a total of $11.09 before delivery fees. Should I place the order? He says yes. Finally, another 23 seconds later, it says the order from Dunkin' is being prepared and is expected to arrive at 40 minutes past 2. Latest arrival by 3:15. Would you like any specific delivery instructions? And that is that. It's ordered and it is on its way. So if you ever wanted to order a coffee from Dunkin' Donuts using an AI agent, it's now been done. And all courtesy of Liam. Awesome, mate. Really cool use case. This last piece I wanted to share with you was from Greg Eisenberg around Operator, and he did a little one-pager about everything you need to know. So definitely go give him a follow and check this out. All the links to all of these posts will be in the comments below. But Greg said here everything you need to know about Operator. So OpenAI has just dropped their first real AI agent, which we have seen is executing as it should. So control its own browser to do the tasks for you. And then he goes into just explaining here that it is currently limited. So when we talk about limitations, there's a few things here to note. Is one, it is only available to US-based Pro members, so the $200 a month members. And I don't think there's many of us around. It's, really one of those high brackets, but it's only available at the moment to them, and then it will roll out to Plus and further. Sam Altman did say Europe is going to take a little bit of time, and I think it comes down to their maybe their GDPR rules and their AI regulations, but that's something to know. And then also, just from a limitation point of view, is there's a few things it can't do. So one, it won't handle bank details. So it will not just use your credit card details without telling you or asking you for approval. If it is saved within that browser, it will pick them up, but it will not perform anything without it. And second of all, which is a weird one, well, not a weird one, but a pleasant surprise, I guess, is it can't do your captures. You can't do your I am not a robot verifications. It will ask you to do those because obviously it is an AI agent, it is a piece of software, and it cannot perform something that is a human task. So that is the biggest frustration at the moment, that you still have to perform the verification that you are not a bot, even though you are using a version of an AI bot. So pretty cool. Last thing to say here from a development point of view, because there's a lot of people on this channel that are developers, are builders, or solo entrepreneurs, is the API will be launching. I don't know when, but at some point in the future. And once it does, the ability to integrate this into what you're building is going to be epic. So there's going to be a ton of content done around that. And I think people like yourselves watching this are going to build some amazing things, which is just really, really exciting. So Operator is here. AI agents are officially here. 2025 is going to be massive. I have one request before I go. Over 95% of the people that watch my channel are not subscribed. So if you got some benefit out of this content, please consider liking and subscribing. You can also find a link to my newsletter in the comments. AI the Boring. That is what we're trying to do. You're trying to use AI to get rid of the mundane, to automate the boring. So that's where the name came from. And it is for anyone that is building on their own. And that is more people than you think. Probably the person watching this video, in today's age with AI, we are all builders. We can all build out something, and you can build software even if you have no code experience. And that is the aim of the newsletter. So in order to get that weekly to bi-weekly content, consider liking and subscribing, and subscribe to the newsletter. It is free for now. I will see you guys on the next one. Cheers.